this is the second time I'm doing this, and I'm going to do this a lot quicker. I'm not going to ass around. Basically, right, a couple of weeks ago I done a contest where people could ask me questions, and I got 4 entries, so I got 20 questions to answer, 5 from each from the people that entered the contest. So here we go. D Washington 607 asks, what was the very first horror movie that you ever watched in your life? A Nightmare on Elm Street for The Dream Warriors. Back in the late 80s, where my brother stick my head in front of the telly screen to make me watch this shit, and it's party time with the whole hand thing, which scared the shit out of me. So that's question 1 answered. Question 2. What, in your opinion, makes a good horror film? Camera angle, gore, practical blood effects, not this CGI stuff, and the acting's got to be good. Because you've got to make it believable, make the killings believable, and just make the whole dimension of the horror film actually believable. Question 3. If someone wanted to start a horror movie collection, what would be your top 3 picks that you would recommend that they start out with? The Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Saw. Question 4. What is your favourite horror trilogy? My favourite horror trilogy would to be the Evil Dead trilogy. Question 5. Name the movie that you saw the trailer of and were excited to see the movie but was disappointed when you saw the movie. I saw the trailer for this on YouTube, bought the DVD of it, and then hated it. And the film I'm on about is All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Thank you for your questions, D Washington 607. Next we have Spy the Movie Guy, and he asks, what is the worst movie that you have ever seen, and even if someone paid you to see the movie, that you still wouldn't watch it? 2 words for you, Stephen. Cannibal Holocaust. Question 2. If you could recommend a series that's only available in the UK, what would it be and why? Rob C. Nesbitt, Mrs. Brown's Boys, Harry Enfield. You need to see the movie Kevin and Petty Go Large, that's amazing. And the Idiot Abroad trilogy. So that's question 3. Done. Question 4. Who is the wrestler that you despise the most, that you absolutely can't stand, and why? Yeah, I got that right. We'll just go with 1 with this, and I'll just say a little bit why. Sable, also known as Rena Lesnar. I will explain just a little bit why. There's a few little digs that she's done at people, and one of the comments that she said that she was the original diva. Now, yeah, she may be the first diva that posed for Playboy, I think. Not 100% sure on that. But other than that, she's talking total BS. Because she said, oh, I'm the first one that posed for magazines. Wrong on that one. The first female that ever graced the cover of a wrestling magazine, WWF magazine to be precise, was back in the late 80s. And I remember the 2 covers really, really well. Covers and spread. One of them was Miss Elizabeth. I remember very, very well. I can actually see the cover as well. And the other person was Sensational Sherry. Rest in peace, both you ladies. And Sable had basically said, oh, I'm the first to do this, I'm the first to do that, I'm the first to do this, I'm the best women's champion there ever was, blah 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 blah. And that's another thing that really annoyed me about her, as over the women's champion, that she was the best and she paved the way for all the other divas. Wrong. We will start from the beginning. Fabulous Moolah, Leilani Kai, Wendy Richter, Velvet McIntyre, the Jumping Bomb Angels. Did say Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young, Alundra Blaze, Medusa, and of course you've got Bertha Faye, which was also known as Rhonda Singh, Aja Kong, Bo Nakano. They were the female wrestlers that were around before she was, and she said this, that and the other. So I've made my point clearly why I just don't like her. She just has no respect for anybody apart from herself. Question 5. What is your favourite John Hughes film? Weird Science. Next is Cranky Old Gamer James's questions. Question 1. If you could remove any actor or actress from history, who would it be? Jaden Smith, the son of Will Smith. Question 2. Have you watched any adult Wednesday Addams videos here on YouTube? No, but I am going to soon. Question 3. If you could make any Region 1 movie Blu-ray available in the UK, what would it be and why? Begotten. And this, instead of the region code stuff. And Body Slam. Yeah, Body Slam. Please get it on Region 2 Blu-ray. There we go. And why? Because they're 3 fantastic movies that should be on Blu-ray. Question 4. And this is just so funny. This is typical James. Listen to this. If you would choose between sneezing 150 times a day or burping 150 times a day, what would I choose and why? Well, I couldn't burp 150 times a day because I'd end up losing my voice, so no chance. But I would sneeze 150 times a day because I have hay fever and I can just do it all day long and I wouldn't be asked, so I would sneeze 150 times a day. Question 5. Have you ever watched Ring of Honor Wrestling? Yes. Many years ago when I borrowed some off an old friend, and apparently now we're going to be getting a new channel here in the UK called Spike TV, and apparently Ring of Honor is going to be on that, so that's good. Now, last set of questions are from Laurie Holt, and when I read Laurie's questions I was completely stunned because she actually gave me amazing questions. You all give me amazing questions, but Laurie's first question stood out to me, and I will explain to you why. Question 1. Where did my username come from, and why did I pick it? My username is Skylar Loves Gory Movies, and I'll tell you the backstory from it. Well, there's not really a backstory. It's basically, when I'm going to get the chance, I will soon no longer be Keza Kerry-Ann Harrison Nara Kendi, because being Keza isn't me. It's kind of crazy because I see myself as Skylar, because Keza was when I was fat and this person that wasn't a nice person, and Skylar is that I'm now trying to become Skylar, and Skylar is a lovely name, and I picked it myself, and I've always wanted to be a Sky. Well, I wanted to be Sky, but I liked Skylar better. And why did I pick Skylar loves gory movies? I've explained the Skylar bit. And I do love gory movies, so intentionally, soon, I'm going to be Skylar Atkinson. Skylar Raya Atkinson. Skylar Raya Atkinson, to be precise. So that's the whole thing behind the Skylar loves gory movies. So Skylar will end up being me, because I'm going to end up changing my name. That's the basic hoorah of it. Question 2. What drew you to Elvira? What is it about Elvira that you like so much? Well, what drew me to Elvira? When I was a kid, that was what I was brought up on. The likes of Lily Munster, Vampira, Elvira, but Elvira a lot more, because I saw Elvira at WrestleMania 2. When I first watched it, I think it was like the late 80s. We got a VHS of it and we watched it. And I saw Elvira with this cleavage ended dress with the big slit up the thigh and the whole knife, and I just wanted to be like her. I just was so drawn. I was so fascinated by her. I still am fascinated by her now. And she's still going strong. She's still portraying. Well, Elvira's real name's Cassandra Peterson. She's still portraying that character of Elvira to this day. It's just amazing. And what do I like about Elvira so much? Because she's just an American horror icon, and she should be a horror icon in her own right, with her film Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and Elvira Haunted Hills. So I just love her so much because she wears black, and she wears the black, and it makes her look really good, and everything about her is just amazing. Question 3. What is your absolute favourite movie, and why is it your favourite movie? You give me a hard question, Laurie. And you think it's on my Blu-rays. It's actually not. My favourite film of all time, is actually this, Savage Streets, and this. I can't split them together, that's why that would be 2 and that would be 1. The reason why this is my favourite movie and why is because I just love the whole Brenda character, where she takes the revenge, like sort of with what happens to her sister, and Brenda, which is Linda Blair's character, takes the revenge. And I love this whole ghetto outfit, the whole leather jumpsuit, it's just fucking amazing. And then with the secret craft, Melissa Renee Martin's character is just fantastic. She portrays Ashley Bainbridge, which is a person that gets powers to tell people what to do, and then she takes control of the school. And at one time, I used to act out her. I used to have clothes like her many years ago when when I first bought the movie 12 years ago. I just wanted to be her, and I just loved the movie so much. Question 4. What is your favourite wrestler and why? Favourite wrestler of all time is Macho Man Randy Savage, and I have got his t-shirt coming in the mail. Why? It was just everything about him. It was just how agile he was back in the 80s, and just everything about Macho Man was just amazing. The same with like Mr. Perfect. They're just both amazing wrestlers, but Macho Man is my favourite wrestler just because of how agile he was, and the promos he done was just amazing. What was my favourite match that they're in? Hands down, Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it, and then that will tell you why. And question 5. Who is your favourite Mrs. Brown's Boys character and why? Agnes Brown. I just love, it's Brendan. Basically, if you don't know about Mrs. Brown's Boys, Agnes Brown is actually played by a man, which is Brendan O'Carroll. He created this character, and she's just so funny. It's just amazing. You need to watch it. So yeah, thank you, Lottie D Washington 607, Cranky Old Gamer and Spider Movie Guy for your questions. I loved answering them. Please stay gory and have unpleasant dreams. Ta-ta for now, and I will be drawing the winners next month.